what is up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. Now before we get into the video, if you're a long-term Forza Horizon 5 player, then this video probably isn't for you. And a lot of what I'm going to say in this video is purely common knowledge to most people that have played the game for a long time, myself included. I've played this game ever since it launched in 2021 and I played most of it during 2022 alongside growing my channel by playing GT7. So overall, I have a lot of hours in this game over time. Now recently the game launched on PlayStation 5, so all of a sudden it became relevant to my channel and relevant to my subscribers. Of course, this channel is mainly known for Gran Turismo content. A lot of my channel's early growth in 2022 and 2023 was this channel basically battling it out with Polyphony to find the next money glitch method or build to go ahead and counter the pretty unfair economy inside of GT7, and I think a lot of people are under the idea that I would do the same for Forza Horizon 5 when it actually launches. However, like I said with the title of this video, let's talk about those money glitches in Horizon 5 and why honestly I won't be doing them on this channel and I won't be promoting them. So after getting like 4 or 5 messages each and every single day since this game launched on PlayStation 5, I just thought I'd just go ahead and kind of squash it off that I'm not going to be doing glitch videos for this game and the reasons why, and also point you in the right direction of some legitimate ways to make decent money, as well as, you know, get your hands on those rare, more sought after cars inside of the game. Okay, so the first and main reason that I won't be making these videos and I won't be promoting those kind of glitched methods is mainly because I don't want to feel responsible for someone getting their account banned. Now this is the exact same when it comes to those modded accounts that you might see promoted on those kind of channels as well. You can guarantee that account is going to end up banned, or if you're doing these money glitches over and over again multiple times, so where the game picks up that you're getting an unrealistic amount of money in an incredibly short time, or you're shooting through the ranks in a very unrealistic way, and you keep going against that kind of code of conduct that's in place, they're going to end up banning your account. Now in the early days of playing Horizon 5, this was very prominent. I played with a pretty decent sized crew on this game. I used to put a lot of hours in, and 3 or 4 of those guys' accounts ended up getting banned. Now of course, admittedly, that's a worst case scenario, and I'm not saying that everybody that does these money glitch methods is going to end up with a banned account. You know, I'm not scaremongering you guys like that, but at the end of the day, if I made a video and then like 2 or 3 people end up with an account ban because they've been overdoing it to the point that it becomes extremely obvious, they get kind of banned for a few days and then just do it again, then I'm still going to feel kind of responsible. It's not just Horizon 5 that you lose access to if your account ends up with a permanent suspension. Now the next thing, a lot of these money glitches really aren't necessarily worth your time. I've heard a lot of stories of people going ahead and taking like 8 hours of their day to go ahead, grind these credits, they'll log back in the next day, and all of a sudden their entire credits have either been reset, or any of the credits that they earned through the sort of glitch method have been entirely removed. Meaning that they'll build up the credits in one day, log in the next day to think that they can go ahead and splash some cash, and all of a sudden you log in and you're back to exactly where you started. So it is a complete waste of time come the end of it. And the third and final reason as to why I won't go ahead and make these money glitch videos is, well, at the end of the day, Forza Horizon 5 is notorious for having almost no progression whatsoever and throwing cars at you left, right and center, as well as credits. And well, okay, that was entirely true when the game launched. It's even more so true now. Honestly, if you're a PlayStation 5 player and you've never experienced this game before, you might just be took back a bit by how easy it is to earn incredibly rare cars and a lot of credits incredibly fast. Honestly, starting again on PlayStation 5, I was blown away by just how much the game will actually throw at you these days, even in comparison to day one, when again the whole meme started that this game has no progression whatsoever. In fact, it's safe to say that the only part of Horizon Horizon 5 that has any type of proper progression to it is the Hot Wheels expansion. Anything else is pretty much fair game, and overall it will just throw stuff at you left, right and centre. And earning these rare cars and a lot of credits really doesn't take that much effort, and in fact most of it will just come naturally as you play the game. So hopefully that clears a few things up as to why I've not gone ahead and actually done any of these glitch videos yet, or never will. However, that doesn't mean that I won't make methods that aren't glitched and don't put your account at risk. If I find a way that is legitimate and it's rewarding really well, or it's giving you some nice free stuff, then I'll sure go ahead and make a guide on it. One of the most recent things that came up was Horizon Realms. Of course, the update released as the PlayStation 5 version of the game came out, which meant that players could go ahead and spend an hour of their time to bag themselves 4 pretty incredible cars in no time whatsoever. So things like that I will absolutely make guides on, and genuinely they're just a lot more fun to make than your typical glitch, do this, rinse and repeat over and over again type video. So let's talk about legitimate ways to get a bunch of rare cars as well as get a decent amount of credits. And the main way is going to be by doing the weekly playlist as well as the series playlist. So a series playlist will then be split up into 4 sections, and every week it will rotate and swap what you can get and of course what you need to do. Now in here are a bunch of free vehicles, which a lot of them will be hard to find, and rare cars, which means that these ones that people have been sniping for 20 million credits will all of a sudden become available. And it's the same with the backstage pass, which I'll talk about in a moment. If you also have the DLCs as well and you become the champion of those DLCs, you'll also have extra cars to unlock and extra super wheel spins and stuff. Again, there's a lot of ways to get a bunch of free stuff pretty much every week, and it's enjoyable. Now another reason to go ahead and do the playlist is not just for the free vehicles and such, it's also because you will get awarded Forza Fun points. Now building these up is great because you can go ahead and buy yourself one of these rare legendary type vehicles, as well as extra backstage passes, wheel spins and of course super wheel spins, so it is really worth it. The other thing to mention is when it comes to these series and of course the weekly smaller playlists, of course you will get awarded some incredible free vehicles and of course a free Horizon backstage pass, so it is absolutely worth doing these each and every week and keeping up to date with them. Now the next thing I'm going to talk about is the Horizon backstage. Now this is where a lot of the original cars a lot of players wanted to snipe will actually be available. Of course, sniping in the auction house is a great way to go ahead and make money. Unfortunately on PS5 it's a little bit all over the place currently, but a lot of those cars players want to snipe are actually here in the backstage shop. Now of course it does have the knock-on effect that not all of these cars are worth necessarily as much as they were, but even if you were to spend say 1 backstage pass on a single vehicle that is of course deemed to be incredibly rare and worth a lot of money, you can then just sell it on for a lot of cash, so you can pretty much exchange it. So even if it's a car that you don't want, you can go ahead, purchase it with a pass and then just go ahead and sell it for sometimes upwards of 20 million credits. And of course the final way is the wheel spins, which you get for leveling up and such. They are incredibly rewarding and will give you a bunch of credits. And finally, I would just go ahead and say that the likes of skill points are honestly more necessary than credits in this game. Again, you can get a lot unlocked just from using the perk leveling up system on single vehicles, and really the best way to go ahead and do that is load up a drift car or something like the Unicorn V2 with a 10 times multiplier, and then just go and drift up and down the runways in the game over and over again until you hit around about 500,000 skill points, reset it, rinse and repeat. Again, that way you're getting a bunch of skill points and you're also getting a bunch of rewards for each and every single car in game, and you can get a lot of stuff that way as well. So there we go, there's some of the more legitimate ways to go ahead and earn credits, rare cars and skill points within the game. So there we go, that's exactly why I won't be going ahead and promoting sort of money glitch videos or anything like that when it comes to Horizon 5. It's just not worth getting your account banned over, and it's not worth taking 8 to 10 hours to grind it out over and over again to then have the credits removed anyway if you're not quick enough in spending them. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care guys. Peace.